Okay. The best thing happened to me today when I went to the gas station.
Oh, okay.
It was so random, but beautiful at the same time. So, Vinny asked me to stop and grab something on my way home. So, I drove to, I think it was a QT's.
Oh, the best.
Yes.
The best. Before you go any further, QT is the best gas station in the fucking world.
It is.
He likes it too. Like, he'll pass by a gas station that's further away from our house to go to QT.
Because fuck every other gas station.
You know what? When you walk into the nice, big, clean, well laid out store,
it is very clean.
And they say, "Thanks for coming in today."
Yeah. Well, they don't say it just like that. It's more like, "I'm coming today." That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Because they're busy. But
yeah, they're busy. But the one down the street from our houses, they're always very nice. And that is, they have to have officers of the law up there during the summer.
Oh no! Really? No way.
Like every night during the summer, especially because it gets rambunctious.
Yeah, I can go off on a topic about that, but before we go ahead, keep going, so I don't derail your whole thing.
Well, so I'm standing in line.
Somebody farts.
No, it gets better. So you know how they have the QTs. QT is a gas station, by the way.
It's called Quick Trip. Yeah,
Quick Trip gas
for
station.
those of you who don't live in the Midwest.
Yeah. So they have these. It's called QT Fresh Kitchen, and it's basically you can get like a lot of stuff.
Dude,
yeah,
gas station food from them is amazing.
We had kolaches one day,
bad.
and I was like,
"Yeah,
this is weird that we're eating here, and this is really good."
Yeah.
And they take pride in their work, and it's
they
really
don't
good.
fuck around.
So the girl by the cash registers where the kitchen is, and the girl is making. I think she's making some sandwiches for people.
Sandwiches.
So there's a girl behind the counter, and then somebody else that's like in the walk-in, like restocking, but they can hear each other.
Yeah.
And then to my right is, I don't know if they were married, but it was a man and a woman, and they were probably about my age, roughly. Okay. And the girl behind the counter goes, "I said, Bert, it's cold in here." But the girl on the other side didn't understand. She's like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's from a movie. I said, Bert, it's cold in here." And then she kind of went like waiting for her.
Yeah.
The guy that's with the girl goes, "There must be some toros in the atmosphere."
Yeah.
I chime in, "Oh, oh wee, oh," and he goes, "Ice. And then we all laughed.
It's in unison, and the girl in the freezer's like, "Hello, I'm locked in here."
It was so
that's
funny
fucking
and
great.
random.
Don't you love it when a plan comes together?
It did, and I was like, we all just kind of shook our heads at each other.
Yeah,
like,
we were born in the 80s.
Yeah, I like coming out in the 90s.
I know, but you'd have to be.
No, because his daughter likes that movie.
Yeah, no, but no.
She always calls me a cheer-tater tour.
That movie's terrible.
That movie's amazing.
That movie's bad.
But for three people of
it is funny. That's good stuff.
I mean, random ethnicities.
I do like that.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's what was going on right
Even
now.
the Indian guy got it on it.
Yeah, it was
There must be some toros in the atmosphere.
No.
Wait, I can't. Come on, it's like a poo. Oh God, whatever.
If the Simpsons can do it, so the fuck can
No,
do
I was saying no. It wasn't an Indian person.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It was a African American girl. And
black.
Then, a black girl, and then I don't know what white or
white.
Whatever. I don't know what he was, but it was so funny because we all just were like, "Yeah, that just happened."
Yeah, that's always fun when like three strangers can go about their shitty days, and then they're just like, "Man, today really fucking sucks," and then you just for no reason just start doing that in the middle of a line somewhere.
Yeah, it put me in a better mood. I was like, I'm tired. Good. I have a really bad headache, and Vinny needed me to stop and get something, which I'm more than happy to do. And I'm like, who would have known that was going to happen? I picked this gas station out of all the other gas stations.
Did you guys high five?
We could have. We should have done a unison high five, like held it there.
And then, "You're believing." Dun, dun, dun. I just need some gas. Can you guys please stop for a while?
No.
You're all freeze framed in the air. Some guy's floating there. He's like,
I'm
"I can't hold this very long."
right now. I'm doing a live remote from the sandwich line.
Live from 72nd UQT.
It's the D-Love crew.
Oh man.
So shout out to those guys. If you guys listen, you met a podcast person that gave me a shout out.
Brandon doesn't like when we do shout out.
No, he fucking. That's why.
Well,
and he's like, "Yeah, but that's why you do it because you think you actually say that." But I'm like, "No, we do it to fuck with you." Like we know we just like when I say like a lot. I know because he listens to Giant Bomb and they do that all the time.
Like,
Vinny, you were gonna say something. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Facebook is actually
popping,
coming down on hate speech more. And
define hate speech.
Just like racial slurs and stuff are starting to,
like between friends or
anywhere you
or like
post
harassment.
It's getting tagged, or like I don't want to say tagged, but like some sort of algorithm is being
hashtag
tripped.
Racism, guys.
Yeah. So
Not cool.
So you like, and it's a lot of stuff you can't say. Like one of the phrases you can't use on Facebook anymore is white trash.
What?
Yeah. So
that's funny.
So I had somebody on my wall call somebody else Caucasian refuse.
They're like, wait a minute, he got us. He got us good.
They just sip their coffee. Yep.
I'm of the. I was just having this conversation.
Get Zuckerberg in here. He's got to fucking see this.
I am of the mindset that, and I was talking to a friend of mine last night about this because I think if you take offense to something, you're a fucking baby. Like that's if someone is just saying things like, especially comedians, when they get in trouble for saying shit, all I can think is just don't watch them. That's your fucking fault. You clicked on the dude's face, just like fucking Dave Chappelle said.
Yep.
And but when people take offense to something, it is the most weak-willed, spineless, backwards, dumb fucking thing that could ever be. I took offense to. Well, okay, you can take offense to anything. Ricky Gervais does a good bit on it and onto his special Humanity, and he talks about it for like a couple minutes, and he's like, if you're being harassed, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If you're being told that you're a piece of shit because of A, B, and C, even then, I have the mindset where it's like, I don't give a fuck. Say whatever you want. Words don't hurt me. Like that doesn't. You're never going to hurt me.
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
But if they do it consistently, I'd be more annoyed than anything. I'd be like, can you just come up with something better? Because it's not funny anymore. But being offended by something is just the most. You should be publicly shamed if you're offended. I'm sorry. Like, that's
Should
just
we bring back stoning?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess it'd be like
because you should
snowflake shaming.
Well, you should be like blind man bluffed right into fucking traffic. Like that's just spin them around and shove them in. Like,
why don't we just start getting offended at people that are being offended?
Yeah, because that's how far does it go, right? And like I said, I mean, I think the worst jokes are funny. It's all about taste, though.
Yeah.
If you don't think something's funny, then don't fucking listen to it. It's not like we're coming to your house, broadcasting live from your fucking living room. It's like,
can though.
You chose to turn us on, and I don't mean us, but I mean like entertainers. I'm not saying that word. Are we entertainers?
Hey,
I don't know.
Here we are now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Entertainer.
Nobody
wants. Okay, like a stranger at the gas station, but not you guys.
Entertainers.
No, you ruined it. Let's go. I feel offended that you ruined it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I just wanted to say that out loud because I can't imagine the most fucking spineless person going.
Yeah.
That offends me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's your fucking problem.
So let's just do this disclaimer for Don't Look Under the Bed podcast. If you get offended easily, just don't fucking listen, because we're never going to say anything directly hateful about any person unless they deserve it. But we're never going to be like, anything sexist, racist, stuff like that. We're not going to try and hurt anybody's feelings. But if we slip up and say something that you don't like and it offends you, then just don't listen.
I don't know. To me, it's caveats. Like if you want to tell racist jokes, do it. Like who cares? What's that going to do? Is that going to make the Nazis win more? Like obviously you wouldn't go to someone's home and do it, but if you're saying it on a comedy special or like on TV and people kind of know your personality, even then it's like, who fucking cares? It's a joke. It's not a big fucking deal. I got called fat all the time when I was younger from school kids. And you know what I did after about a year of that handling it? I went, well, I just wish you guys come up with better material. Like I know I'm fat. Like I get it. I like food. Like you're not
Here's
gonna
a list of insults. Yeah. Try these out.
Like and as soon as they went like, oh, he doesn't care.
It doesn't bother him.
It doesn't bother him.
Powerless against him.
I went, yeah. So I mean, you can talk about other things. Like I'm poor, and then I just gave him fodder. But whatever.
It is fun though. Like if you are someone that technically could be offended by a certain thing, it's really fun to fuck with people. Like somebody will just say something completely unrelated to anything, and I am a big guy, so I'll be like, was that a fat joke?
Yeah.
They're like,
it's like, dude, calm down.
Fucking with you.
Calm down.
We were at the Furniture Mart one day, my cousin and myself, and this guy's like, hi, how you doing? I'm like, was that a fat joke? And he goes, oh, no, sir, I'm a pencil neck. You'd kill me.
He'd snap my lead in half. I'm a number 2.
What's the point?
I just went number 2.
Like, if someone, like, I got called Whitey a lot when I was in grade school because I went to school with a lot of black kids and I was white. That's just what happened.
You were white?
Sorry, I changed. I'm not white anymore.
Oh, you're green.
Like, I understand how white I am. It's like, there's nothing I can fucking do about it, but it's funny. Like, it's hilarious.
Here's the other thing. Go back even as recently in time as like the 90s and listen to anything pop culture, like the music. And like, I'm like, okay, I'll just pull something out of the air. Everlast. Okay.
Yeah.
He's got an album called Whitey Ford Sings the Blues.
Yeah, Whitey Ford.
He would get ripped apart if he did that today.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
he said ripped apart.
I don't want to, think about like, I don't want to like condone, obviously, harassment's a huge deal.
Hatefulness. We don't condone hatefulness.
But if you're fucking calling it like my friend Donald, he's black.
Trump.
No.
I think I remember him.
And he's come over to the house all the time. And he loved our house because he didn't have plastic on his couch. And he was like, why is there no plastic covering our couch? And I'm like, dude, that's the black thing. Like that's what you guys do. We don't do that. We just have a bunch of stains covering it. But we got along really well. And we got so comfortable with each other that he would call me Marshmallow or Whitey or Milky, and I would call him Struck Match. like that's how friendly we were. But when people heard us talking like that, no, you can't. No, I'm like, we're fucking 10 years old first and foremost. If we know these terms by now, imagine how we'll be in 10 years. Now he moved away, and I don't have him. He's not my friend anymore. And if he ever listens to us, I would hope that he understands. Like, I loved him as a brother. He was a great guy, and I loved his dad too. His dad was awesome.
Can you find him?
He went back to DC. I think that's where he used to live Maryland. He used to live in Maryland. But I loved him. Like, and I started hanging out with some of my other white friends, and it just wasn't the same. Like, you can't,
I got a friend, John, and he's in a wheelchair he's in his late 30s now. Most of his life, right? Since he was an early teen anyway. And he's one of my best friends, and he's got the best outlook on life, but it's funny because, like, when we're sitting there doing something, like, say there's a knock at the door, I'll be like, don't get up, I'll get it. or I'll walk into his house, I'll be like, you're in my seat, bitch. He's like, it's my wheelchair, you fucking asshole.
Yeah. Move.
But he doesn't get offended. He knows that anything I say like that comes from a good place. Like, I love him and I want to make him laugh.
I think more often than not, every entertainer that says that type of stuff, like my favorite person in the whole world is Sarah Silverman. And even she had to apologize for an episode she did for Sarah Silverman program where she did blackface. But there was a black guy who's been around comedy for years. He was on The Office a couple times. He was on Mr. Show and Bob and David. He's been in the comedy scene he was in Second City, which Tina Fey and Steve Carell, all the guys came. But he did Jew Face. And it was a funny ass episode which taught you that this is bullshit and the outdated stereotype. Like, the whole point was to kind of spin it on its head and make you think like, this is, it's stupid. This is a non-issue. And she, 10 to 15 years later, has to apologize now because somebody saw the episode and they got offended and they weren't even fucking black. Like, that's the, and all I can think is just like, you spineless fuck. Like, I cannot believe that you would get offended over a fucking show that's aired for ages now.
But there are good stereotypes, I think, too. Like, I challenge you to walk in the home of a black family and find someone that has the balls to disrespect their elder.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You
won't fucking happen. Won't happen.
Because they're taught respect for.
But white
elder.
People, fuck.
Oh yeah,
we're white trash.
Hunter,
that's what we do. Yeah.
Hunter, sit down. It's time for timeout. Hunter.
That is kind of a white person thing. Like, if you really think about
Connor.
it, it's like
eat your peas, Connor.
I did school photography, and I would hear the dumbest white kid names.
Oh, when we went to
Blaze,
that dance,
Dakota,
you.
Yeah,
Dakota,
Blaze.
It was at like this
Colorado, Denver. I'm like, just pick a fucking state and just okay, Maine. See you later. Like. All right,
New
Delaware.
Hampshire.
Del Dog, my bro.
Yeah, I went to school with this girl named September, and I'm like, when's your birthday? She's like, June. I'm like, makes no fucking sense.
Like, April kind of makes sense because that's like a to me that's like a girl name that's been around. I don't know, maybe it's I don't want to sound old or anything, but it's just
August,
like back in my day they had real names
my
like
day.
Heather, and because Heather and all those kinds of names, they didn't really exist back in the 20s.
Gertrude.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, Gertrude's a cool name.
They're bringing back some old time names like Esther.
Yeah, it's
I'm
very.
seeing that.
And if you do that, you're a fucking hipster. Like, that's guaranteed off the bat. Someone's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
call you hipster. Esther, that's a hipster name. You just want to be hipster. It's like, nah, maybe she really likes the fucking name Esther.
My parents
Esther
named me
was
this. It's not my
birthed
fault.
in a
Also, I'm the only one person in the world who can make fun of names. Like, just know that going
Remember
into
how
it.
jealous you were when I told you my middle name was Tobias?
It's fucking cool. That's
But
a cool
that's
name.
not my middle name.
I know. I still hate you for that, but because you got my hopes up, I was like, man, there's something cool about him. No,
Yeah. Oh, you were let down.
I don't know. I think
Oh.
at this point, once we do our intro, we'll just let everybody know. I when I'm off the air, so, we don't say things that we're not technically supposed to or whatever. But we also don't want to fucking make sure that people. It's like we have sensibility. We understand our audience. We understand that not everybody's going to get the jokes we do. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If you take offense to something, that's your fucking problem. Like, that's not on the person saying it. If you're getting harassed, that's a completely different issue. So
there's a small amount of censoring that we even do to ourselves because most of the shit that we come on here and say is stuff that we would say to each other outside of here. Like we don't really dial it back as much as maybe some people do because we want like-minded people to listen. Well, we want everybody to listen to us, but yeah, like Dan
I think
said,
everyone's afraid to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because if you say something that's in jest, you're automatically the bad dude.
And
it's
we're
just like,
not.
and it's like, dude, it's 2019. Like, seriously. Ooh, excuse me, I got the heartburn. Like I said,
I'm offended that you got heartburn.
I don't-
at my house.
I don't go to work and call the women I work with horrible names. It's not. If we were out and about though, and I was good friends with them, fuck yeah, I'm gonna tell them they're gonna be called all kinds of names because that's how I show my affection. Because I'm broken. Like I don't say I love you to people. That's just not who I am, unless they're like children, and that sounds weird.
You
But
said it to
me that.
Vinny.
I totally don't like mean that though. The more if I make fun of you for any reason, that's how I show that I like you.
I
Like,
think you did mean it.
because here's the thing, hate is easy. You can throw all kinds of words and horrible names at people, but to get to know someone, to know their quirks, to know what they don't like about themselves, and then pick at it, that takes time. You have to spend time with that person, and you have to look at them and go, I'm going to make fun of you for this because I know you that well. Like, that's how much I care about you.
I'm pretty good at making fun of your guys' sister.
Yeah. You're good at making fun of me.
Yeah, I don't think I say anything hurtful.
I can't be hurt by words. It just cannot happen. It really cannot. I don't understand being hurt by words. It doesn't make sense. Now, I can understand the annoyance of getting harassed and
Yeah, that's
the
different.
seriousness of a death threat.
Or
That's
when-
different.
What
But
about when somebody thinks that they're better friends with you than they are, and then they say something offensive or
I just take it as a
insulting?
challenge.
No, and then they think it's funny because you chuckle because maybe it was funny the first time,
Mhm.
but then they just keep saying the same fucking thing
Yeah.
over and over and over, and it's
Yeah.
like, shut up. And they're like, oh, someone can't take a joke. No, I could take the joke the first 743 times you fucking said it.
Yeah, there's this. I'll leave this at this. There's a skit on Mr. Show where they're the indomitable spirit, and it's these kids that have afflictions, like a drummer with no arms, and
Fuck.
like a head that plays a flute, and a guy with no arms who can play guitar. And then Sarah Silverman said, "I'm Fran, and I'm a woman." Like, that's her affliction. It's completely. It's
You're
really
a
funny,
woman.
and it reminds me of those old timey, like, the '90s, like, we're the whiz kids, and we've got one in a wheelchair, and one's a black kid. It's like, yeah, okay, we get it. You're all
You're
diverse.
diverse.
And that's fine. But they all come off a stage and they greet the audience, and they like David Cross pulls his arms out like he really has arms. The guy isn't just a head. And there's a guy in the audience, Bob Odenkirk, and he's got one arm, and he's like, "You guys kicked me out of the band," and they're like, "Yeah, we kicked you out of the band because you're a shitty drummer." He's like, "Yeah, because I got one arm." He's like, "No, you're just a shitty drummer. It just so happens that you also have one arm, so and they kept going like that for like 2 minutes. And the whole point of the joke was, he's a shitty drummer first. It just so happens that he's got a one arm, and they keep thinking, oh, it's because he's got one arm. That means that he's a shitty drummer. Like, you think he's a shitty drummer? And I'm like, No, like he just keeps going over and over
You're
again.
a shitty drummer because you have absolutely no sense of rhythm.
Exactly, and it's like it's possible to be a fucking bad at humor, and also not be the type of person to be like, oh well, I'll just tell the same joke over and over again. And by the time that you go, okay, that's enough, it's not because it's not. It's because it's not funny. It's not because I'm hurt. So like that's what it reminded me of.
What
like
about when stereotypes are close enough to facts? Maybe not about a whole gender or race of people, but like one person. Okay, so I've known, like, I'm pretty mechanically inclined. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I'm pretty good at working on cars and stuff.
Yeah, Natalie taught you pretty much everything you know.
And most of the females that I've ever met in my life, they're like, okay, what's wrong with my car? And I'll tell them. And they're like, well, if in certain instances, some of them will be like, well, can you just tell me what to do and I'll fix it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, no. And they're like, why? Because I'm a girl? No, because you have zero mechanical experience in your life.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's not just from not knowing them. It's because you know them and you tell them that. Like,
right.
Like you don't make the assumption just because they're a woman they don't know anything. It's because you know them and you go, no, because you'll fuck it up. Like, I know you. That's the same thing I do to my friends. Like when they go, well, here, let me plug that in or do something. Like, no, because I don't, because you'll just fuck it up. As I know you, and like my best friend Mikey, I do it to him all the time. I send him to the store to get me something, and I give him money, and I was like, get yourself something too while you're there. That's the trade off, right?
Yeah,
you fucking pay for it.
I'll buy you fly.
Exactly. And it comes back with dog shit, and I'm like, I didn't. This is why I never ask you to do anything. It's because you're bad at this. Like, it has nothing to do with the fact that you're
like your game night snack.
Eggs. He bought some fucking Hy-Vee brand cheese, and it was like, you like Tostitos, right? It comes in the little bowl, and you can pour it out, and it's orange and gooey and num 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 num. He buys the fucking Hy-Vee brand because he was like, "Oh, I'll save you a fucking penny." I'm like, "Fuck the penny, I want the taste." And when you dip your chip in it, it breaks automatically. It's like wet cement. I'm like, don't ever buy anything ever again. You get Coke Zeros, and a girl's phone number. That's the only two things you will ever bring me from now on, because I know you won't fuck those two things up. And he bought this cheese. And I was like, I immediately want to throw it on the fucking ground. I was so angry, and I wanted to write a letter to Hy-Vee and be like, stop making this cheese. No one buys it. You understand why the Tostitos guy comes in every week, and your guy still is like, oh, I guess don't have to restock these.
Wiping dust on the jars.
The problem is there's some there's some poor bastard that goes and gets a fucking jar of that cheese every week and absolutely loves it. He's like, this is better than the name brand stuff.
I don't care how poor you are. That is not.
I'm just telling you.
Okay, we'll stop. All right. This is the Don't Look in the Bed podcast. Nallie's just sitting there like, what the fuck just happened to the podcast?
Am I here? I'm still at the QT.
This is Don't Look at the Bed podcast, the podcast for all things comedy horror. I'm one of your I Love Everybody hosts.
Aww.
Black, white, Asian, German.
You're an all-inclusive host.
Yeah. I am. Yes, I am. And next to me is
Natalie Rose.
Next to her is
I'm Vinny Rose.
And this is Don't Look at the Bed podcast. We want to thank each and every listener out there right off the bat. And thank you.
Unless you're offended easily, then.
Yeah, fuck you. Then shame. Dong, go away. But we also want to talk about a little bit about last week. We went to the Madness Haunted House.
That was a fun time.
It was a fun time.
It's cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
A lot of work.
And my nose was running, and by the time I got home and started wiping it, it was like crusted, and I was like, that's gross.
I had one of the worst migraines I've ever had when I got home.
She was
I was crying.
I
my
bet.
head was going to explode. So I took some aspirin, and then he gave me a warm washcloth to put on my head. And then
I rubbed her head.
I just fell asleep. So I'm like, I think I'm going to die.
I know when she's got a headache like that, you got one shot, one chance to hit her hard enough to knock her out. Otherwise, you just make it worse.
Then you have to punch her, right?
Yeah.
You know what you should do? This is what I do. I just carry Excedrin with me wherever I go.
It did,
because it comes on.
It hit me like as we were leaving the place. Like I was starting to get it gradually, and then the minute we got home and we unloaded the truck, and I was like, my head hurts. All the way home, like my head hurts. The minute we unload the truck, it's like full blown. I'm like, I go upstairs now. I shut my eyes and close the world out because I can't be around any light.
Hello,
Very
darkness,
vampiric.
my old friend.
Yeah.
I did. I shut everything off. I went and got a warm wash, let Rag put it on her head, rub her temples,
I get migraines all the time.
and then I
I'm
yelled,
starting to get
"Shut the fuck up!"
I'm starting to get them more and more.
Yeah, I get migraines constantly every day. I have some sort of headache, and I also get heartburn every day. I think I'm just broken. Like,
Ailments.
but I carry Excedrin with
Do you
me.
get the poopies a lot?
No, I poop just fine.
He has the aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I use aesthetics from
the Play-Doh Fun Factory.
the Play-Doh Fun Factory. I just slap that fucker in my underwear and stars and rainbows. Here we go. But we'll go ahead and jump into it. Natalie, what do we got today?
Before we jump into it, so it is November 1st, the day that we're recording this.
Mhm.
All right, fellas, got to work this morning and I turned on YouTube to get some stuff going, whilst I work. And the very first ad is for a Christmas special.
Damn, really?
I was
Already?
like, are you fucking kidding me?
I wonder why they do that.
It was a
Obviously, it's because they want more customers.
yeah,
but
it was
it's
a Capital One credit card thing, but in the back, I wasn't even like listening to it because it's an ad, so you
right. Who gives a fuck? Yeah.
But I heard "Here Comes Santa Claus," and I'm like,
Oh my
"Are
god.
you fucking kidding me?" And then I look at the ad, and it's the family around their Christmas tree, and the guy's like, "I got a drill," and he's like, holds his credit card up, and the mom's like, "I got this," and the kid's like, "I got a toy," and I was like, just the hate building. I'm like, it's November 1st.
I got someone's soul. And they just keep going down the line.
Ugh.
I got that child's head.
I fucking love Christmas.
It's sure.
Not November
You want
1st.
to exactly. You want to like Christmas? That's totally on you.
No, well, I love Christmas,
But-
but I also love Thanksgiving. And
Excuse
I
me.
like to love Thanksgiving before I love Christmas. Every year.
Yeah, but advertisers need to understand. The more okay, here's I'm not even
No,
gonna
I know
pull the
what you're
choke.
gonna say.
Not gonna pull the choke. Natalie, keep going.
We know it's Christmas. You don't have to fucking tell us.
No, not only that, but it's like a fucking McDonald's commercial. How long have you been around? Do you really need to still advertise?
For what?
Seriously, McDonald's.
What's that? Is that new?
Natalie, just
tacos.
no. I know you're kidding, but it's making me angry.
Dishwasher?
No, Natalie, it's not.
What is McDonald's?
It's a car dealership.
No.
Oh, yeah, McDonald's
I
Farm.
just-
McDonald's Farm. Yeah, that makes sense.
McDonald's.
Old McDonald's
What's
Farm.
our topic today, Natalie?
Speaking of farm, watch the movie Little Monsters.
Holy shit. Have you watched that on Hulu's?
No, not yet.
Okay. Watch it. It is so funny.
I heard it was really good.
It
We
is.
LOL'd almost the whole movie.
Loud.
LOL'd.
Oh my god.
Josh Gad is a precious gem to me anyways. I absolutely love him. But
He's the Jewish looking guy, right?
yeah, he did he's done a lot of movies.
He did the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast thing.
He's
Yeah, he's funny.
in this movie though, aces. He is great. Yes, watch it. Watch Little Monsters. It's not the Little Monsters from the 90s or 80s, whatever that was.
Howie Mandel.
Yeah, it's not that.
Maurice.
Maurice.
It's Little Monsters. There's a reason why it's called that. Watch the movie. Oh my god, it is so funny.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
It's funny.
Mm.
And what's her face is in it?
It's funny I say he's a Jewish looking guy, and I'm like, I'm a Jewish looking guy, though.
Yeah, we were sitting at the table work the other day. He's like,
Yep.
you look like Seth Rogen.
I just immediately wanted to flip the table. I'm like, no, I don't fucking look like him, but apparently I do. So
Yeah.
Moving on.
Are we coming to
Moving
terms?
on.
Coming to terms.
moving on.
So we're back on our road trip, and apparently somebody's got gas. So we are in Georgia.
Georgia.
Sweet Georgia on my mind.
We Georgia on my mind.
Is that racist if we do that?
Nope.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Even Ray Charles can see that. I'm original. Shut the fuck up.
It's like that meme you sent with the girl laughing.
Yeah, your mouth is fucking falling off.
Why can't Ray Charles see his friends?
Why?
Because he's married.
All right, that's pretty funny.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, aren't you married though?
Yeah, I don't have any friends.
Haha, strike one. Yeah. All right, Nelly.
All right, so let's go to Georgia. You guys ready?
Beep beep.
Meow.
Wait.
Gotta wind the car up again. Got the patches on the tires, like on the cartoon.
And a little smiley face in front, like in Roger
the
Rabbit.
The eyes are the
Roger Rabbit
headlights. All right, so let's go to haunted places. Old Candler Hospital in Savannah. Savannah's supposed to be one of the most haunted cities in the world. Did you guys know that?
Yes, actually, I have heard that.
Yeah, I saw. It's weird, Facebook, because I happen to be doing research on Savannah and Georgia, and then all of a sudden on my Facebook feed,
that's weird.
Ads for take a haunted, not just Savannah, a haunted tour of Savannah. Yeah. I'm like, coincidence?
Yeah,
I think
that's
not.
Yeah. Just like when I was thinking about food the other day, I just went and got food.
That's not the.
It's crazy. It's all like, these places exist.
It's not the same thing. It's
like,
not the
it's
same.
Not the, it's not the same.
You tried.
It's not the same.
Jeez. No, that's not the same. Okay. All right. So in Savannah, the first hospital ever built, in Savannah, built in 1804.
It's like anywhere. Yeah.
Had that wrong.
Man, Savannah invented the hospital, huh?
Yeah. In 1804, so they were really like.
We got a bed and a chair.
Here's a bucket to poop in.
We've got this game called Operation. I
don't. There's a morgue tunnel that runs from the Candler Hospital to the Forsyth Park, and there's pictures of it online. It looks that was once used to transport dead bodies diseased with yellow fever. There was also a psych ward with rudimentary shock therapy went down, and in the yard there's a tree known as the hanging tree.
Oh. Whoop. Let's get past that.
Yep. You could see ghosts of hang victims from branches. Yep, moving on.
That's spooky.
Remember that whole thing we just had?
Yeah, can't say that.
Haunted places. The Hay House in Macon.
Hey! It's the Hay House.
Hey! I'm allergic to hay. I get hay fever.
I did when I was a kid.
I remember that. We went to the pumpkin patch one year and all you did was sneeze and complain the whole time. It was fun.
There's something wrong with me.
Mom's like, I think you're allergic to hay.
I was like the critic.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good show. 18,000 square foot mansion. That is freaking big.
That's a big old mansion.
Yeah. Declared a National Historic Landmark in 1974. Only 2 families have lived there in its entire existence. Visitors claim to hear odd sounds and see spooky figures. They claim they have seen the chandelier swing back and forth when there was like no wind. One person who was at a wedding in 2010 claims to have gotten a photograph of a ghost wearing the top hat. Can't find that photo online. I definitely looked for it, but it's not.
It's out there, man. I fucking took it. I remember.
Okay. www.notreal.com. I'm sure the ghost is real, but I don't think they got a photo
I got shit
of it.
for being a skeptic on the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Somebody talked to me and they were like, "Yeah, you say it's bullshit a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's fucking bullshit."
That's what makes our show. Is like you're the skeptic.
I'm the asshole.
I
apparently.
believe everything, and Vinny's like, I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's true. It's real. It's real. Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, give me hard evidence. You give me hard evidence, I can't deny it.
This person got a picture back in 2010, but
where is it though?
I couldn't.
How come all the UFOs look the same?
Because they all are.
How come they're always on shaky cam?
Because people get nervous.
How come always everybody gets the Bigfoot in the woods, but he never comes anywhere else?
Because he likes the woods. Would you want to come to the city?
Okay.
He doesn't have any money.
Hey, man. You ever got a picture of a fucking turtle out of its shell?
Good point. No, he got me there. He's got me there.
Turtle soup.
Tonight I died on turtle soup. Krang. All right, sorry.
Haunted places built in 1796. Looks like you're doing a Rubik's Cube over there when you keep twisting that around.
Oh, I'm just crushing my thumb.
Oh.
I'm like the Addams Family, and I get bored. I see it's either the electric chair, which I played with 1,000 times, or I'll put this down.
No, built in 1797, Anthony's Restaurant, originally located in Washington, Georgia.
I like it.
Different Anthony's. Yeah, I've never been to the Anthony's here. Can you believe it?
It's expensive.
Like steak.
I don't really care for it that much either, but man, when I went to Anthony's or Brother Sebastian's, and I wasn't paying, I really liked it.
Oh yeah, I bet. Georgia, the building is dismantled and moved in 1963. I thought it would have been kind of cool to see.
How would Really?
They do it with houses. So,
that's weird.
Yeah. It was first operated as Josephine's, and then the name changed to A.J. Anthony around 1975. Employees reported seeing ghosts over the years, especially the wine cellar and the attic. Some employees would even refuse to go in either of those rooms. People claimed to hear voices and in the restrooms, and then feel taps on their shoulders when no one's in there. Anthony's ceased to exist in 2012. An investor tried to turn the place into a members-only yacht club. I hope they had the jackets. Oh, the jackets. After firing most of the staff, he tore out the home's centerpiece, which was a Tiffany glass window, and had it auctioned off.
What is Tiffany?
What does that mean? Stained glass. You can see it on like the Tiffany. Have you ever seen a Tiffany lamp?
No. Oh, didn't Roseanne have one of those in her house?
Probably.
It's like an ugly.
It's very expensive.
Something that looks like it came from Mr. C's.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I said, "What about breakfast at Mr. C's?" Sorry.
Oh.
No one thought that was funny. Just me. I'm just gonna.
Was that Mr. C's? It was like a 50. That was only 1,000.
Yeah, I don't like those.
I think I said we both kind of like.
I did like.
I was doing breakfast at Tiffany's song.
He was doing it too.
Oh.
He followed up with the lyric. Where were you? He
Your
said, "I think
cat
we both
distracted
kind of
me."
liked it." Tenebrae here, everyone.
Like no one like we. Yeah, he's right next to me. All right, keep going, Allie.
Everybody cares.
Everybody cares.
He's a precious.
Yeah. What is going on upstairs? Is your dog running back and forth?
It's probably Addie and Cookie. Okay, so they filled the taps in the restroom. They did tore out the Tiffany window and had it auctioned off. That plan lasted roughly 6 months, and Anthony's longtime general manager and partner recently died suddenly. So some say of a broken heart, but it now operates as a special events facility called The Estate. We think they may have one more occupant.
It'd be really funny if they were like, "I felt taps in the bathroom when I was eating the urinal, so I went in the stall and somebody wet all the toilet paper."
Oh, gross.
I'll tell you one thing. Those little mints they put in the urinals taste like piss.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat those.
Oh.
That's... Vance, are you eating... Are you... You know what? Never mind. I'm just going to let you go.
He's shaking his head no, but I'm thinking it's a yes. He comes out, there's like blue stuff all over his face.
I like the color.
I'm going to... You know how Natalie makes lamps?
Yeah.
I'm going to get a Tiffany doll from like Child's Play
Mm-hmm.
and have her turn it into a lamp and tell everybody it's a Tiffany lamp.
Oh, my God.
Haunted places. Park Cemetery. One of the most haunted places in Georgia. People claim that spirits walk the grounds, and you can find a ghost woman missing her head and a ghost of a man missing his arms. They make a cute couple.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right, here's your big...
They don't hug or think very well.
Cryptozoology. Daniel. Bigfoot.
He'll never get a headache from her clapping.
Well, she has the arm, and he has his head.
Right,
Yeah.
so he'll never get a headache. Well, she'll never get a headache.
Yeah. Okay.
God damn it, Vance. You almost had it.
You want to try again?
No,
Oh.
the idea was sound. The delivery was botched.
You did have the right. You did good.
Just humor him. Just keep going.
Someone somewhere thought that was funny, dick.
Somebody's trying to do the math on that. They got like the beakers set up, and they're doing like the measurements, and then the big chalkboard behind them with all the math. I was like, what?
As you can see here, I did the math on it. It seems like he got the whole thing fucking turned around.
The equation came out to Vinny is stupid.
All right, so Bigfoot. Tales of Bigfoot sightings go back to about 1997. A giant footprint was found. Are you going to push my laptop on the ground?
No, I'm just...
A giant footprint was found along the Elkins Creek in Pike County. The cast of the footprint is one of the most popular casts brandished by Bigfoot hunters as proof of four cryptids' existence.
Bigfoot hunters.
They're out there.
What a noble profession.
If they're plural, are they called big feet?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's a clan of them.
Hey, you know what? Something that I seriously have wondered, though. You know how if you have a mouse, like a squeaky little furry mouse,
Mm-hmm.
it's called a mouse. If you have more than one, it's called mice.
Uh-huh.
Well, what if it's a computer mouse? Are those mice or mouses?
Yes, you have to. You can actually say either one, mouses or mice. Give me the mice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. On the web, you got the web right, and you got a mouse. Tell you what.
How come a goose isn't a geese?
Geese.
It's geese.
Like Beetlegeist. I get it. Okay. Haunted places. Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield.
Kennesaw Mountain.
During the Civil War, unfolded in mid-June and ended in early July of 1864.
Weak.
It's weak.
Union forces were defeated, but the loss did not stop for General William T. Sherman, who marched south to Atlanta. Thousands of Confederate and Union soldiers lost their lives on the 2,888-acre National Battlefield in Kennesaw, Georgia.
It's a big-ass battlefield.
Yeah. More than 67,000 soldiers were killed.
That's terrible.
Wounded and captured during the fight, according to the website exploregeorgia.org. There have been reports of ghostly soldiers seen wandering throughout the battlefield and sounds of a cannon fire and gunshots. I want to go to this place. I watched a documentary on it a long time ago, and I want to go there with our DLUTB crew here. At least one ghost investigator reported having an unusual experience at Kolb's Farm at the southern end of the battlefield in Marietta, having recorded a strange and eerie EVP at the location.
What is what's EVP again? Electronic vocal patterns. I could have said anything, and you would have just Natalie. What's EVP again? It's electronic vehicle poops.
No, it's shit. Shit.
We're the shits team.
Yeah. Watch.
Secret hunters in totality.
That's what it is. Haunted places, Stairway to Heaven Antique Mall. This store in Noonan, Georgia may seem like a normal shop specializing in treasures from the past, but patrons of the store have reported odd experiences and unusual occurrences.
Who are they reporting to?
The local paper.
I was going to say, like, who are they? Sir?
There's a guy in a trench coat, and he's got a hat, and it's got the reporter card in it.
Press hat.
Google says it's employee value proposition.
That's not what it is. That's not what EVP is.
That's what it says.
Ghost hunter terms.
He's got the camera with the flash bulbs that break when they come out. I got the picture here, see?
It just explodes.
He drives off in like a Dick Tracy car. They're like, where'd you come from? Oh, you're in the antique store. This makes sense now.
But Natalie says it means evaluate Vinny, please.
Yes. Let's see.
Even Vinny poops.
Especially Vinny poops.
Especially Vinny poops. Right.
A local paranormal researcher recounts the story of a scratch and blood appearing on his daughter's leg during an investigation inside the store. She probably fucking.
I was going to say, she just fucking walked into it.
Have you never been to an antique store? There's shit everywhere. There's big, giant tables and glass and just random things.
Touch that tricycle, you're getting tetanitis.
There's old shit everywhere.
Others claim that of otherworldly activities include knickknacks that fly off the store shelves.
And paddywhacks.
Those paddywhacks are going to get you. And the appearance of a ghostly hand.
Okay.
It's a
sure.
family.
Whatever.
Is it the hand employed there?
The what?
The hand, is it employed there?
Yes, it's like a...
so he's got a hand job?
It's Thing.
Thing from Adam's Family. He just
Why did they call it Thing? It's a hand. Why didn't they call it like Fiverr or like something? But why do they call it Thing? I understand why they called it. Because you know what the fuck that is. Like, it's just a hair. Me, exactly. You want to dance with me?
Yeah.
Feet, standing
had
about
little
6
babies.
feet tall.
Gomez.
Did you know the original Gomez is Sean Austin's dad?
Yeah.
I did not. Yeah. He was listening to
Michael Rosenbaum's Inside of You podcast.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's really good. And he had Sean on, and they were talking about Patty Duke, and then he said, and then your dad was the original Gomez Addams, and my mind went, what?
He is also currently still some kind of a drama instructor at Johns Hopkins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew that.
That'd be amazing.
Kind of cool
to go and just.
And apparently, Patty Duke was batshit crazy.
She was a fucking nut. Mom used to talk to me about Patty Duke. Jesus Christ, Natalie. I was trying to actually be serious there for a minute. But yes, this is when Mom used to talk to me.
But a hot dog makes her lose control. From the show.
I know, we were just fucking with you.
A hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet.
Me and Allie used to do this again with each other. We used to put our hands together and do this, and then she'd hit me or something. I'm like, that's not what they do on the show. You can't. Like, that's bullshit. And then they do this. And I'd fart.
Yeah, probably.
You guys were so close.
No,
not really.
Haunted Places, Oakland Cemetery, Georgia. There's a spirit of a soldier that does roll call and is answered back by other spirit soldiers.
Roll call. My name is Harris, and I fought in the war, and now I got no legs no more. Roll call. Shibuya. Shibuya roll call.
Tell them where we're from. The other side.
I hated blacks, so I jumped in the army. That's not the roll call. That's not the roll call we're doing, though.
But I got shot by a white guy. That's ironic.
I'm the guy who shot him anyway. I banged his wife. Take that, racist. These aren't even rhyming anymore. They're just yelling at each other from across the field. You just show up, you're like, what the hell's going on? Why? I didn't know this was going to be like this.
There's like a dance-off. You're like, I'm in.
You got served.
And now, coming to the stage is the Jabberwockies from 1666. They're like doing spin top on the head, and the guy's on his crutches.
Oh, and he's starting right out strong with the worm.
No, he's just trying to, he's got a belly wound. It's gaping, so.
He's just crawling across the floor. Mama!
Oh my God.
Dan, do you think the Confederates will be able to top that?
Well, they might lose, so. No, I mean like the whole war. Like, they're going to lose. It's.
Dan's predicting that Confederates are going to lose the war. It's like a football poll. You guys are going to lose.
I didn't know why I said 1666. That is
not
not the time of the Civil War.
Year.
I meant 1866.
I think I went over the year earlier.
What are you trying to say?
June and ended in early July of 1860.
It's been a long day for me. I'm still sick, technically, so
stop.
I have an excuse. What's your excuse?
Yeah.
All right, keep going, Allie.
Let's see. Okay, so you can also do a guided tour of the cemetery as well, which I think would be really fun. And there's a spirit of a young woman who is searching for her beloved. She didn't hear him during roll call. So he might not be at that cemetery.
Sorry, Lacey.
Bueller.
Did you say Bowler?
Have you seen my husband John? And there's like 500 Johns. His name is John William. Down to like 300 John Williams. Because that's like a super popular name back then.
Yeah, John Williams and George. And Abraham.
Jebediah.
Jedediah. Obi. No, Jedediah. All right.
Let's see. Haunted Places, Marietta Museum of History, a former cotton mill, hotel, Civil War hospital, and morgue. We got everything here at the Marietta Museum of History with all these formal places. The former Kennesaw House is nicknamed House of 1,000 Ghosts.
Oh, they're going to say corpse.
I almost typed that just because that's what I'm used to.
I don't think that's an accurate name because they can't count them.
They keep moving around.
They do roll call.
Roll call. Man, it's really popular over here in Georgia.
Robert E. Lee.
People claim to have seen many apparitions. People have even seen a figure of a young boy standing in the. What?
It's like a petter.
You're petting our love sack thing, beanbag.
Love sack.
That's where it's at.
Come on and get your love sack.
You sounded like I know it's the B-52s guy, but you also sounded like, is it Roger from American Dad?
Oh,
alien?
Roger.
Yeah.
Who ate all the pecan sandy?
Francine's potato salad.
Oh my God.
Roger.
That's probably one of Seth MacFarlane's. That's his best cartoon. I love it more than Family Guy.
Yeah,
friend at work today looked at me and said, if you got a problem with Canadian geese, you got a problem with being. I suggest you let that marinate.
Is that from something?
Yeah, Letterkenny.
Letterkenny? That's what I figured. Okay.
Let's see.
Funny if you
People
just
have
said it.
seen a figure of a young boy standing in front of the elevator,
Oh boy.
as well as a woman believed to be Mrs. Fletcher, the wife of the second original owner. She
They're
has been
watching this
spotted
figure.
wearing a dress with pink trim. I think Vance has it.
So
I'm just saying, easy. Haunted place is St. James Episcopal Cemetery, located in Marietta. It's supposed to be having 2 ghosts that haunt it.
Marietta, Oklahoma, or Georgia?
We're still in Georgia. Marion Meinhardt, who is memorialized with a statue in the cemetery. You can see the statue online. There's a picture of it. Legend has it the statue will either cry real blood or real tears in response to the question, Mary, Mary, where are your babies?
It doesn't even rhyme.
It didn't supposed to. It just said a question.
Where are your babies? I lost them.
Well, she's holding 2 babies on the statue.
She's like, they're right here. I don't understand what you guys keep asking
Do
me
you
this
not
for.
see these? They are pissing and crying like in my arms. Like one is drooling.
I've been holding them for 200 years.
It is
and you guys keep
bullshit.
asking me where they're at.
Yeah, you really need to learn to do math.
Yeah, it's like 300 years, right, guys?
Okay.
Keep going, Natalie.
Yeah, the second is a barefoot young girl who's often seen crying at her parents' grave. Why didn't
So I wonder. I
why
mean,
didn't you give me that
after
Xbox I
after that
wanted?
many years, you kind of just get over it. like, why are you crying?
unless that's like
You're
for
fucking dead. Like, go somewhere else. Why are you
eternal
still?
damnation.
Why are you still in Georgia? Like, you have the freedom to
I'm
go
hitting
anywhere.
the road. She packs a bag.
Yeah,
Except shoes.
on the road again.
She's hitchhiking.
I'm gonna go down and hunt on the road again.
I don't need shoes because I am a soul.
Yeah, just float. Why? You're fucking dead. Just float. Oh, is there fucking rules now? Like they're employing?
She gets it.
I got it. I just didn't laugh.
All right, so Devil's Bridge in Cochran, Georgia, located on Highway I-29 or 129, once used by a satanic cult to perform their rituals underneath
right.
long ago. Legends tell that if you park your car at night, turn off your headlights, and put your keys on the hood,
It'll get stolen.
where'd it go?
Satanists took my car. No, it wasn't them.
Headlights will appear from atop the hill and race towards you, disappearing only as they reach the bridge.
Okay.
Devil's Bridge Road.
Yeah.
Places to not open a daycare.
What about Angels Valley?
We're
No, there's a lot of rapes that happen there. We can't open there
yeah,
either.
it's terrible
It's
there.
Rapey Valley is what we call it.
Like when Will Forte on Saturday Night Live, I watched. They had a Halloween special.
Mhm.
They did like a compilation of all the Halloweens, and he's going to the neighbor's house, and he's like trick or treat,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm dressed as a sex offender."
Yeah, I'm a
He
sex
doesn't
offender.
tell 'em.
That's how he tells people. I
went-
love that episode.
I went
Yeah.
to work as a guy that was allowed to wear a t-shirt to work. That was my costume.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody asked me what I was, and I said, I'm a wear man, but I have sensibility enough to shave sometimes.
That was me that asked him.
Oh, and Natalie didn't laugh at that.
Natalie's
And she
costume.
still didn't.
Natalie's costume was pretty on point.
I liked her costume. And you got up there and you fucking worked it, girl.
I did. I was doing it for the drag queens.
I know.
I absolutely was doing it for them.
Yeah.
I didn't care about anybody else in the room but those two. Just costume costumes we had at work. All right. Cryptozoology Altamaha river monster said to inhabit the small streams and abandoned rice fields near the mouth of the river.
Then he got caught by Jeremy Pate.
Wait, what?
The River Monsters guy catches all the big fish.
Oh,
I'm like, who?
Is that a
That
show?
reference went.
oh.
You made a reference go over my head.
Have you seen that?
That's the
show?
first time I've ever had that. I've had a reference go over my head
You
by
miss
you.
a lot of shit I say.
No, I don't.
All right. So it's around Darien. I'm not sure if that's the right name. And then Macintosh. Legend has roots to the Muskogee traditions. Some people just say it's an alligator gar. In 2018, remains were found on the beach of Wolf in the Wolf Island National Wildlife Refuge, causing speculation that it may be the body of the Altamaha. However, the performance artist Zardulu, I don't know who this performance artist is.
Have you seen an alligator? Natalie?
They're small, right?
No.
At the zoo.
I thought they
Yeah,
were
at the
small.
zoo.
Alligator gar are fucking more terrifying than anything supernatural.
Really? Oh, they're the fish, right?
Yeah, they're
Oh, okay.
fucking scary as
Yeah, I've heard
shit.
of them.
I've caught a gar, and
Yeah,
it's like
a
a
gar
bit
is
like a
an
giant
alligator gar.
snake.
It's like a long snake, a long fish with fins, and it's got like a long fucking beak with jaws and teeth of death.
Maybe I have.
It's like it skipped like 3 evolutionary periods. Like
that's what I caught, and I was like, "Can we eat this?"
If you believe in
and the guy was
evolution, of
fishing
course.
with like, "Throw that shit back." And his daughter was like,
Where were you at?
Minnesota.
It was probably a sturgeon.
I can't remember what it was because I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I caught it.
I've
No,
never
that's
been to
not what
Sturgis
caught.
before,
It was
but I heard
not
it's
an
nice.
alligator gar.
They're fucking terrifying.
So this artist Zardulu later claimed responsibility for the remains, which were created out of a stuffed shark and paper mache. That's definitely not what I caught. It was like a weird snake fish, and he was like, "That's a snake. Go back." Like,
I don't
okay,
like rivers.
You want to swim in all of them?
Nope. Yucky toes and fish that'll bite me. Nope, I'm good.
You want to stick your toes?
They're more afraid of you than you are. No, fuck you. They're not. They're gonna fucking. I'm fat. Like they're gonna be like, damn.
Damn.
He's been cooking all day.
No.
Let's start with them toes.
You don't like lake swimming either?
Nope. I don't like. I ocean. That's or pool. You got 2 choices. Unless the lake has been completely closed off. And like dragged and dredged for like all fucking wildlife. No, I don't like being around. It's one of my. It's not. Would it be a phobia? To be a fear of like lakes because it's like
my fear in lakes.
I'm sure I didn't put it on our
I know
phobias.
this is weird. I've got this recurring fucking nightmare that I step on a hypodermic needle.
Yeah, that's terrible too.
This you grew up.
Or Jersey, whichever one.
Weesh. That's a scary looking thing.
There's Jeremy Wade, actually.
Why would he do that?
Just catches river monsters.
Oh, he has an accent, doesn't he?
So
Okay.
days.
Yeah.
They'll have accents.
He's a badass.
Except for Manny Puig. He doesn't have an accent.
All right, just a couple more here, and then we'll do our true crime on the next part of our fun. Georgia part 2. Let's see. Fannin Ferry crosses. These are neat. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. I never heard of them until I was doing research on this. In Blue Ridge, ferry crosses have been found, scientifically known as starolites. Ferry crosses are stones that form perfect or near to perfect crosses and are said to bring health, protection, and fortune. Ferry crosses are found in very few locations around the globe, with Fannin County famous for one of the largest locations. Several local legends explain the origins of these stones. Some say a race of fairies or angels wept when they heard about the death of Christ, and let me finish my fucking sentence. And then their tears became stones. Others suggest weeping of the Cherokee formed the stones as they set upon the Trail of Tears. Look up these stones online; they're really neat. They're called Fannin, Fannin ferry cross or starlight.
Dakota Fannin.
Yep.
Get your fanny rocks.
Haunted Place is Madison Square, located on Bull Street between East Harrison and East Clinton Streets in Savannah.
What?
You may find houses that are haunted in certain regions, but it is rare to have an entire city that's haunted. That's Savannah for you. And then the ad comes up on my Facebook all of a sudden. Case in point, Madison Square, named after our 4th president, is in a hotbed of paranormal activity that you don't even have to tiptoe down a creepy hallway to experience. At the heart of this square is designed in 1837. So that was like 300 years ago, Daniel, right? Is a bronze monument of Sergeant William Jasper, who died during the siege of Savannah. Obviously, Sergeant Jasper wasn't the only soldier to have lost his life in the area. And it's said that the mortality some mortally wounded men may have been thrown into a mass grave still alive around this location.
Huh.
Ugh.
Weird.
That sucks.
Weird.
I'll be damned.
Another indicator of its spook factor is that a few historic homes that are repeatedly haunted are located right off Madison Square, including the Sorrel Weed.
I've been to a
Yes,
weed
I've
house.
been to that weed house.
Been to that weed house before, you know what I'm saying?
Haunted places in Andersonville Prison, which is considered to be many of the most haunted places in Georgia. This prison is referred to long ago as Camp Sumter, which I've heard of this before.
That's where Sleepaway Camp was filmed.
Is it?
No.
Oh. Don't do that. I believed
like,
you
really?
for a minute there.
Held Union soldiers prisoner during the Civil War, so I'm sure it was super clean in there.
Oh,
And the friendliness was off the charts. and then kept them in deplorable condition. Many Union soldiers that were held captive died, and their spirits are said to haunt the grounds, making themselves known to anyone that comes along. So that's part 1. Part 2 we'll do true crime action and
true crime action.
Sleepaway camp took place in Argyle, New York, near Summit Lake.
What is a sleepaway camp? What does it do?
It's a terrible. It's one of those movies.
No, not the movie. What is a sleepaway?
You sleep away from home.
Is that what they call it? That?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was just
home.
like you go there and they go to bed, and then you don't wake up for the whole summer like you're in hibernation.
In this movie, there's like
Becky,
the guy that tries to fondle the little kids. Yeah, the cook. If you've never seen Sleepaway Camp, I think it's on YouTube, or it was at one time.
I'm sure it is
On YouTube.
YouTube's been putting a lot of YouTube's been putting a lot of old movies up that no one's watched in years, like
it's right there.
Meteor Man and stuff like that. But
Meteor Man with a donkey. What's his name?
Not Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
that's a different one, I think.
Yeah,
I know YouTube had Pool Hall Junkies on it for like years, and I watched it so many times. Big Michael.
It's
not in person.
Robert Townsend. It wasn't Eddie Murphy. Everyone got him and him confused though, because they have. Well, Robert Townsend's much cleaner than Eddie Murphy, but anyway.
Did you hear the old guy that played in Friday died?
Yeah.
Oh, the old. Oh, I liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it.
Chicken's so good, make you slap your mama.
I did almost make a meme though. Had a picture of him saying, "Don't nobody come up to heaven for 45 minutes with his can of air spray."
Yes, yeah. Yeah. That's a good. Man, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I always forget his name. Yeah. He did a fucking good like slapstick comedy, like the way that he was like a Black Red Skelton.
Yeah,
like he did. Man, I loved his shit. Now he did do some horrible movies though, but like Friday's gonna pass because they're so funny, and they're not supposed to be.
John
but
Witherspoon.
That's his name. Yeah, he's a good. That sucks. He's dead.
Yeah.
All my heroes are dead. Hey Vance.
Yeah, Dan.
Daniel, you want to come back to the mic? I think you walked away.
Fucking die is what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to quit smoking too, so
I'm proud of you.
But after this, I do want a
He
cigarette.
tried to open up your pack. I was like, or we don't.
I didn't take one.
He didn't because I took.
I haven't had a cigarette all week, and I've been real bitchy.
I'm really proud of you. I'm gonna have a cigarette.
You know,
you're gonna stand there. And
look, dude. If I don't buy a fucking, all right, Vance, how can people get a hold of us?
They can get a hold of us by emailing us at don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com.
That's all I want to know. No, how can people get a hold of us and give us money and stuff?
We have a Patreon. It's Patreon/DLUTB. Also our PayPal. PayPal me at in our email address, don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com. If you just want to say something to us, email is probably the best way. We also have a Twitter at DLUTB. Our Facebook is Don't Look Under the Bed Podcast. I believe we have an Instagram that nobody ever uses. Or you can click on the contact us link on our website, which is Don't Look Under the Bed Podcast, or don'tlookunderthebed.net.
I don't think a lot of people that listen to us probably use Instagram. Like, I'm not imagining a lot of people that listen to us.
I'm on the ground.
I like Instagram crackers.
I fucking hate Instagram. I can't stand it.
But we do love getting your emails.
Yes, we do.
We would also love getting your Patreon money.
Listen, guys, cards on the table.
We need
the money. We had some equipment issues, and
I have a hernia, and you have to pay for that.
He is strapping on his heels right now. He's got to go back out dancing to pay for some of this shit.
And they're paying in quarters, so it's like
they're throwing change at him, and it's embarrassing when I have to go up there and take the dustpan and scoop up all the change.
But you look like you lost weight though, so good job. Like you've been burning some calories up there.
Yeah,
dropping some lbs.
He's been doing the dance from that.
The flash dance.
Yes, I couldn't think. I was like,
you want me to finish that joke for you?
Yeah, thanks.
The coal miner's daughter.
She was a miner or something, wasn't she? Okay, so
she was a welder.
What the fuck? You've got like 9 movies crossed together.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh my god.
That's funny. But no, we honestly though, more than anything though, we really appreciate each and every one of one of you guys who listen. Tell your friends. That's what really matters to me the most. Also, if you found anything offensive tonight, that's your own fault. But otherwise, fuck white people. All right, I'm out. See ya.
Write us a review on iTunes.
No, we really do appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
All the people.
Every single one of you. And you know what? Love each
Here's
other.
the thing.
Love each
We
other.
have listeners from all over the world.
Fuck
I
yeah,
can
we
see
do.
them on the map. So
Tunisia.
thank you.
What is it? Tunisia? Tanzania?
That's where
Tasmanian
music
devil.
comes from.
Where the fuck where was that one that we got?
Tunisia.
Tunisia, that's it. I didn't know that was a place until just
Really?
did it. Well, I've heard of it before,
Now we lost
but
our listener from there.
he's
so.
like, he goes, well, in his language, I don't know how they speak in Tanzania. He just fucking hangs up his phone. Like he just, like he's dials out and he's like, I'm fucking done. That's
Why is he on his?
because
He's
it's,
on a landline. Like you're hanging up like a phone.
look, my
Oh.
jokes aren't really landing today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna jump off. So,
Bye.
all right, bye.
Bye.
Fuck white people.